Howdy y'all, Big Anklevich here, podcaster, author, and carnivore. It is Monday, February 12th, 2024, and this is my report for week 37 of my journey to Wonderland using Carnivore and, I don't know, well, I did some fasting. So using Carnivore and alternate day fasting. So yeah, it was a different one. This is the second half of my weird time because I went on vacation this week, and we're gonna head over there, watch my daily reports, and see just what happened when I was on a cruise. You're watching Big Anklevich on health. Okay, so it is Monday, the end of my first day on the cruise, and probably could be going better. I did something today that I haven't done in a long time. I had 3 meals. I didn't need 3 meals, but I had 3 meals. I got up this morning, I had bacon and eggs before we left for the cruise. We got here, they're like, okay, the buffet is open. It's still raining. Good times. We're getting rain on our cruise. I won't be doing as much basking in the sun, I suppose, as I'd like to. But yeah, the buffet was open, so I went and I ate at the buffet. And I had, you know, all the carnivore stuff there. But yeah, I ate at the buffet. And then at night, we ate another meal. We have our special dinner time we're supposed to go to. We went to that. I had a New York strip steak. It wasn't it was super thin. It wasn't very good. That was all that I had. There was nothing else really on the menu that I could have. So that was the entirety of my dinner. It was just that steak, and it was a small kind of lame steak, although my wife got the same thing and she gave me half of hers because she's a girl and you're not supposed to eat all your food if you're a girl, right? Isn't that how it works? Anyways, so that was the first day. We'll see how this thing goes. I'm starting to worry that I might be torpedoing everything with what I'm doing here. Yikes. Okay, hopefully it's not too windy and you can hear me. It's Tuesday. We are in the Bahamas, and that's been pretty cool. It's been fun. Went out, walked around, went to the beach, and then we got rained on at the beach, so it wasn't as awesome as it could have been. But then also today I've been eating a lot. There's really not a lot to do, I guess, on a cruise aside from eat. You just eat and then you hang out at the pool. We've done a little of both of those today. A lot of the eating and a little of the hanging out at the pool. So I've been eating a ton. I had a huge breakfast with bacon and eggs of different sorts. There's fried eggs, they had scrambled eggs, they had hard-boiled eggs. Had some ham, and I've eaten cheese. That's cheese you see in that picture. I don't eat cheese. I haven't eaten cheese in a long time, but it's Gouda, and it's pretty tasty cheese. It's good. At the risk of being Bella the steak and butter gal there. But yeah, it's there's a lot of eating, and I'm eating way too much. I'm gonna gain so much weight from this, and then I'm gonna have an epic time on the toilet, and then I'll lose it all again, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I wonder how much I'm shooting myself in the foot with this vacation. I guess we'll see, but for now, I'm on vacation, right? I'm gonna enjoy it. So, that's Tuesday. Okay, it is Wednesday, which is day 3 of this cruise thing, and I did things a little bit differently today. After yesterday, after 2 days of doing what I've been doing, where it was just I was eating a lot. I was eating 3 meals a day, and I was just feeling like garbage, like absolute garbage. I decided that I needed to change things up. So today I tried to scale it back a lot. I had a big breakfast, which is what they do best, it seems, at the buffet here anyways. And I did that. And then for lunch, I had a smaller lunch. And then for dinner, I had a really small dinner. I would have had no dinner if it had been up to me, but my wife, you know, she's got this thing with 3 squares a day or whatever. I don't know. She's all like, that's what people eat. But anyways, yeah, so I scaled it way back, and things have, the other thing that I did too was I ate a lot of butter. Because things were not moving like they were supposed to. So I ate a bunch of butter with all 3 of my meals today, and hopefully that will keep myself feeling a little bit. I don't know, I haven't eaten a lot of butter in a while though, so I don't know if that's going to make things worse. All I know is that I had to stop the cheese. Cheese was causing me trouble for sure, so I stopped the cheese. And I think I'm doing better now. We'll have to see. We'll see if it keeps up. Okay, it is Thursday. It was the last full day of our cruise. And I don't know if you can tell, if you can see it as much, but it was also the day we finally got some sun. We were at this island called Ocean Cay. And we got to go down and spend the day on the island, on the beach. It was really nice. This morning, first of all, we went and we had breakfast. We had a big breakfast that we've been having usually. And then for lunch, I just had 2 little hamburger patties. That was really all I felt like. I was still pretty full from breakfast, and I didn't bother to eat much more. And yeah, we went and spent the day in the sun. I got pretty red, although it looks like it might be starting to fade. I don't know, I can't tell. But yeah, for dinner I just had a little steak and a little bit of ribs was what I had for my last dinner. And then we're out of here. Tomorrow morning, we got to be out like first thing in the morning, and then we'll be flying home. So this crazy week of eating stuff on the cruise is basically over. We'll see how much it affected me. We'll see what I weigh when I get home and find out. I'm really nervous to see. Okay, it's Friday and we are home. We're back in town. And it's all over. No more vacation. I'm really worried to find out what's going to happen tomorrow when I weigh in for the first time in a week. But hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, what did we do this morning? Let's see, we woke up on the ship still. And we were in Miami. We had to have everything out. So we were out super early in the morning. We went up and we had our last breakfast at the buffet this morning, and I don't know, I ate the same stuff that I always did. I had you know, bacon and eggs and sausage and I think there was ham, just all sorts of stuff that why have I been eating that stuff the whole time? It's gonna get me. I'm sure it's gonna get me. But yeah, I ate that, and I ate a lot of it. Because I knew that I probably wouldn't be eating much for the rest of the day, and I didn't. I ate almost nothing the rest of the day. We were at the airport pretty much for the rest of the day. We got our ride from the port for the cruise out to the airport, and we had like 6 hours before our flight left. So we just kind of hung around, and I walked back and forth up and down the terminals, whatever you want to call it, the gates. And I managed to get my 10,000 steps in. And overall, I managed to get an average of 10,000 steps during the whole cruise, although I did only get 5,000 steps one day. The day that we were at sea, the entire day, I only got 5,000 steps. But then the next day when we were in port at that island, Ocean Cay it is called, and I did a lot of walking that day. I got 15,000 steps in that day, so it kind of balanced out, I guess. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but I got my 10,000 steps in altogether. I don't know that it's gonna help me. It's just walking after all, which is fine and good, but it's nothing strenuous. And as they say, you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet, and I was eating way too much. So we shall see. But anyways, when I got home, I was going to just not eat anything and fast the rest of the day, maybe even fast tomorrow. And then for some reason I decided I wanted real food. I wanted food that I eat at home. And so I got out, I don't know what the difference really was. I got out eggs that I have. I mean, they're pasture raised eggs, so they're probably better eggs than what they had on the ship. It's still just eggs, same thing that I've been eating all week. But yeah, I made myself 6 eggs and a bunch of stew meat. And I had that for a meal before we sat down and we watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And that was my day today. And the trouble's coming tomorrow when I have to weigh myself. Oh. Okay, it is Saturday, and it's our first check on the ketones in a week. What do we got? Oh, it's as dismal as I expected, 0.3. And blood sugar is 91. That's a little high, but not too bad. That makes my Dr. Boz ratio 303. Holy crap, that's bad. Time to get things back in order. Okay. Everything went so badly after the cruise, I decided I need to get back on track. So today, I just fasted. I ate nothing the whole day through. I also didn't do any walking. I just kind of sat around. So I don't even know how many steps I got, but it wasn't very many. So I don't know if that makes a difference. I suspect it doesn't. But gosh, I gotta get down. Got a long ways to go, so hopefully I can get there. Okay, it is Sunday morning. Let's see if anything has improved since yesterday, hopefully. 1.2. That's something, but it's not great. And 81. That's still a lot higher than I was hoping as well. That does bring my Dr. Boz ratio all the way down to 67, which is nice. That's a precipitous drop from 303 or whatever it was yesterday, something insanely high. So, it's a start. This morning, I finished off my fast at like 37 and a half, almost 38 hours. Better than I expected it to get. And I had ground beef, a bunch of ground beef that I cooked up, and fat trimmings. And they were both wonderful after 38 hours of not eating. I had to go to work today. I got to work for the Super Bowl. Huzzah! And it was a crazy day, so I wasn't pleased to be there for that. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, that was the end of this week. Kind of a bummer of an end of the week, but you know, the rest of the week was pretty darn good, so I can't complain too much. Okay, so there you go. That was my week on vacation. Went to Miami, and then we were on a cruise for most of the week. It was 7 days altogether. And how did it go? Well, you could see there at the end that I was a little upset. I didn't tell you at all what I weighed when I got back. Now this is aside from averages. I report my averages here usually, not a single weight. But the day that I left, the Saturday that I left, I weighed myself for the last time, and I weighed 214.0, 214 even on that day. And the Saturday that we got back, I weighed myself and I weighed 224.0. So in that week, I managed to go up by an entire 10 pounds. Now, I was able to get some of that back with that first day of fasting. And I'm going to need to do some more fasting next week. I'm thinking about doing a longer fast, maybe a 72-hour fast next week. It's tough. I'll talk a little bit about what I think I did wrong, what I maybe needed to change to make things work out better. Not that it worked out terribly. I mean, look at me. I look great. I look tanner at least. That's got to be good. I look fine. Yeah, it's 10 pounds, but it's 10 pounds of, I don't know, water. I mean, you can't gain 10 pounds of fat in a week. That just doesn't happen. So it's not like it's not going to come back off. And I'm hoping relatively quickly, although who knows how long it will take. It might be tough. It seems like it's always way harder to get that quick coming on weight, whatever. I don't know what the word for it is. That quick addition of weight to become, it doesn't become a quick subtraction of weight. That just doesn't seem to happen. But, you know, you have to push all the levers and pull the switches and twist the dials and get the knobs all turned right before it'll finally come all the way off. And, you know, over more than 30 weeks, I finally had all those dials switched, and then I basically hard rebooted the machine by eating a ton, and now I gotta get it back to that optimal level again. But let's take a look at the average numbers and how it worked out. So last week I finished out with an average of 215.7. That's what my average weight was for that week, which of course did not count the last 2 days. I don't know when it started going up, if Miami and those things already started causing me problems. But I didn't have a scale then, so I couldn't do averages for that part of the week. So the 215.7 is just the average of the good part of the week. So then I went through this whole fun time out on the beach and riding around in a big old boat. And I finished up with an average weight of 221.1 pounds. And again, that's not a very big average. That's an average of Saturday and Sunday. I took the two weights and I put them together. I weighed 224 on Saturday, and by Sunday I was all the way down to 219.6. So that's a really good start after that fast. Of course, whenever I fast, it goes down really far and then goes back up. So we'll see how that works. But that means that during this vacation time, I gained 5.4 pounds on average. 10 pounds exactly, but when you average them out from the 2 weeks, it was 5.4 pounds. Which brings my total loss all the way down. I think it was almost at 74. I think it was above 74. I think it was 74.1. I don't remember what it was before, but now I'm back down to just 68.7 pounds lost altogether. It's kind of a bummer. I'm getting so close to Wonderland, and yet now here I am taking 2 steps back. So that kind of sucks. But I can't really complain because I got to go on an awesome vacation. It was a vacation of a lifetime almost. I mean, I've never been on a cruise before, so that was pretty cool. And it was really neat. The places that we went, particularly that second place that we went, Ocean Cay. Oh my gosh, it was really beautiful. beautiful beaches, and it was like beach Disneyland, I like to say, because, you know, there was all these little paved walkways walking around, and it would just, you would go from one beach to the next to the next, and that's all it was just one big beach with gorgeous, beautiful water all around. Just simply amazing. So I can't really complain. Yeah, I gained some weight that I'm gonna have to take back off, but that's what I've been doing for the last almost year, for more than 250 days. I actually should have done a video at 250 days, huh? That would have been a good one. Maybe I still will. I don't know. Anyways, what could I have done better? Is there a way I could have kept this cruise from making me backtrack like this? Well, I think some planning probably could have been good. Go into it with an idea. Okay, no, I have this way of eating, and I'm going to keep with this way of eating. All I had was the idea of, I eat meat, I'm going to keep eating meat. And I kept eating meat, you know, I just ate meat and nothing else. But there's lots of different levels of meat, and I'm probably to the most pure, highest level that it needs to be. I'm basically, although since I still eat eggs, I haven't gotten quite that far, but I'm basically to the lion diet at this point. And sticking on that is really working to help me get that final way, that final, you know, bit of the path. But I went all the way off of that when I was on the cruise. I had bacon, I had ham, I had sausage, I had all the stuff that I haven't been having when I was at home. And other people cooked it too, so who knows what was in that stuff. You know, there's scrambled eggs. Did those scrambled eggs, you know, one thing I've always heard is that they put like pancake mix into scrambled eggs. Was that what happened? Did I eat a bunch of pancake mix scrambled eggs? I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. I did eat enough food to go all the way off ketosis. Ketosis, I think, is a state that you get into when you only eat infrequently. You can't eat all the time. You can't eat 3 square meals a day and stay in ketosis. That just doesn't happen. And, you know, Sean Baker talked about that a little while ago when he hurt his neck and he was having trouble healing. He wasn't healing as much as he wanted to. And so he decided to change up his diet so that he could get into ketosis and get the benefits that autophagy could do for him. And so it does take less frequent eating and less eating, I think, for that to happen. And I think doing that will help you lose weight and lose it faster and really get there. So I gotta get back to that if I want to get the rest of the way there. But going in with a plan, saying I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that, you know, I'm only gonna eat once a day or whatever, might have been a good idea. The problem for me was that I went just me and my wife. And since it was just us, we were who we had to hang out with. But my wife is not on the same page as me. She's not carnivore. She doesn't do any of that stuff. She has been, since we were planning on going on this cruise, has been trying to lose weight, but she insists on doing it her own way. That doesn't involve ketosis, that doesn't involve eating just meat and cutting out the carbs and all that. She's eating what I like to call, and I kept calling it this while we were on the cruise, she's eating girl food. She's eating yogurt and cut up fruit in her yogurt and salad and that kind of stuff. That's what she's doing to try and lose weight. And because she's doing that, she has to eat more frequently. She can't go a whole day with just one meal because she's not eating real food. She's eating girl food. And so, you know, I had to go with her. Now, I could have gone with her and just sat there and watched her eat her girl food and not eaten something, and that probably would have been fine. because there was a buffet. You could just pick anything you wanted at the buffet, and I could do that. The regular restaurant, they seated you with people. There was a table that sat 8 people, and they would just put 8 people at the table. And if you didn't have a group of 8 people, then you got put together with some other group. And there was just 2 of us, so we were with several other couples at our table that we didn't know before. And my wife didn't want to go to something like that by herself. And I didn't want to sit there being the weirdo, not eating the whole time. Because what was I doing there if I was doing that? These strangers, which I guess I shouldn't care what they think. I'm never going to see them again. They were nice folks, and I got along with them just great, but never going to see them again. Why do I care if they think I'm a weirdo or not? But I worried about it all the same. And so I ate 3 meals a day because of that. The best meal probably would have been to just eat breakfast. I could have eaten breakfast every day and stuck with just that and been fine. But going to the restaurant with my wife and the strangers would have been weird. Maybe I could have eaten just dinner, but dinner was not the same. It wasn't like the buffet where you can just choose what you want and you can just pick the stuff that you want. So I could get all the meat and none of the rest. I tried several times to tell them, hey, I just want this meat. Just bring me the steak and that's it. And they still brought me the steak in mashed potatoes and carrots and all that crap. And I would have to, scrape all of that off of it because it was sitting right in it. And then I would eat it. So the restaurant was not the ideal place to have that be my one meal. So I think in the future, if I go on another cruise, I'm going to make sure we go with more than just us. I think the one time we went with it being just us was plenty. Next time, I'll make sure we book it at the same time as friends or family or somebody that could be there with us. Maybe even bring our kids on it. That could work because then I could skip out on meals and not worry about it. I could just eat what I normally eat and not send myself into a spiral of 10-pound weight gain. I think that might be the key for me in the future as far as something like that. The rest of the time was fine, really. When we were in Miami, I mostly just ate breakfast, although I did on Sunday eat a big brisket meal late, which I was just like, man, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? But I should have said no. My wife was happy to just get herself a Cuban sandwich and be good. But I was tempted by the barbecue, and so I got it. And it was really good barbecue, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, I think make a plan before you go on vacation and stick to that plan. That, I think, is the best way to go. So hopefully in the future that means that I will do well. I will do better at vacation. Normally a vacation's not quite that hard on me. This one was a unusual one because, what else do you do on a cruise other than eat? You eat and then you lay around by the pool. I mean, we were at sea for one entire day one time. There wasn't even like a destination to get off at and walk around. There was nothing. So, eating was like the entertainment, which is kind of sad, but I guess in the future I'll have to watch out for that. And I think I've learned a few lessons so that I can make sure that this doesn't happen again. So we shall see. We shall see how it goes coming up in the future. Not that it's coming up anytime soon. We won't be going anywhere for at least, 3 or 4 months, if not more. So we shall see. But By that time, I guarantee you I will be in Wonderland. That's where I'm going on vacation. That's right. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time here on Big Anklevich on health.